Hey, have you ever picked a quiet night in over a loud night out and then spent the whole time wondering, wait, is there something wrong with me? Well, today we're going to dive into the psychology behind why some of us don't just put up with being alone, we actually thrive in it. You know that feeling, right? You turn down plans, and then that little voice in your head starts second-guessing everything. But what if that feeling doesn't mean you're broken at all? What if it's actually a sign that your mind is just, well, different? That's right. This preference for being alone, it's not a bug, it's a feature. It's part of your mind's unique operating system. It means you're wired to process the world with a kind of depth that, honestly, a lot of people miss out on. So let's break down what that really means. Okay, first things first, let's just bust a huge myth. This has nothing to do with being antisocial or weird, no. This is about understanding a whole different way of being, one that comes with its own set of rules and its own hidden strength. So yeah, society might slap a label like antisocial on it, but the psychological reality is so much more interesting. It really boils down to two core traits, having a high social sensitivity and a low social dependency. Now, these aren't flaws. They are literally the building blocks of a unique way of seeing and being in the world. So why is solitude so darn appealing? Well, it's because for some people, the world inside their own head is way more rich, more vibrant, and more stimulating than pretty much anything happening outside of it. And this is absolutely key. For a mind that's always buzzing, socializing isn't just tiring, it's an interruption. It can completely shatter a complex train of thought that needs quiet and focus to really develop and grow. This leads to what some psychologists call multidimensional thinking. It's not just daydreaming, okay? It's this incredible process where one little idea can spark 10 others, creating this intricate web. Forcing a mind like that to make small talk, it's like trying to write a novel during a rock concert. The two just do not mix. And I want to be super clear about this. This isn't about running away from people. It's about prioritizing a state of mind. You're actively choosing to protect the mental space you need for deep, meaningful thought. And that space, more often than not, is found when you're alone. Now, all of that amazing internal processing, it comes at a cost, and that cost is energy. Which brings us to a concept I'm pretty sure you're going to know all too well, the drained social battery. The fancy psychological term for this is high social sensitivity. But what it really means is that your nervous system goes into overdrive in social settings. You're not just hearing words, you're constantly analyzing tone, decoding body language, sensing the vibe of the room, all at once. It's a lot of work. And the energy cost is it's dramatically different. A social event that might be a tiny energy dip for someone else can be completely bankrupting for a person with high social sensitivity. You're burning through more than double the mental fuel. This explains so much, doesn't it? It's why after a party or even just a long meeting, you don't just feel tired, you feel zapped, completely depleted. That craving you have for quiet afterwards isn't antisocial. It's a genuine biological need to recharge and get back to zero. So when your social energy is such a precious, finite resource, you get really smart about how you spend it. And that means you start approaching connection entirely on your own terms. This is the classic quality over quantity approach. You're just not interested in having a huge circle of acquaintances. What you crave is that small inner circle of deep, authentic connections where you can finally stop performing and just be yourself. This also ties into a really deep sense of inner security. Look, in a world that's obsessed with likes and shares and public validation, your self-worth is generated from the inside out. You don't need that constant external reward loop to feel good about who you are, which frees you from that pressure to be constantly on. Okay, so for our last point, let's completely flip the script on this. Preferring solitude isn't just about managing a different way of being. It actually helps you cultivate a unique set of superpowers. It's all about harnessing the power of peace. You see, when you're alone, your brain isn't just idle. Oh no, it is hard at work. It's firing up creative networks, it's organizing super complex ideas, sometimes, yeah, by talking to yourself, and it's engaging in something called cognitive reflection, which is basically your brain's way of decoding and making sense of the world. Solitude is your brain's favorite workshop. And all of this builds up to our final and maybe most important term, Low social dependency. This is a sign of incredible self-sufficiency. It's the developed skill of being your own best company, of being able to self-soothe, to solve your own problems, and to find real comfort without needing anyone else to hand it to you. So when you boil it all down, what you're really looking at is a powerful set of core values. You choose autonomy over feeling socially obligated. You choose the mental clarity of your own thoughts over the noise and clutter of constant social pressure. And that's really the heart of it all, isn't it? This was never a retreat from the world. It is, and always has been, a deliberate choice. You have chosen peace over performance, and you've chosen depth over distraction. So the next time you choose a quiet evening for yourself, please don't see it as a weakness. See it for what it is, a sign of a complex, powerful, and self-sufficient mind. And maybe ask yourself, if my mind can do all this, what other hidden strengths have I been overlooking?